Hello. Sorry I'm late. I'm 2 minutes late. It's unacceptable. You guys deserve better. But I was eating a Boston cream donut, which I still am, but the first bite that I took, all the filling like fell out of the bottom. You see that? Like it just fell out of the bottom and it fell onto my shirt. Fell onto my shirt. Look at this. I had to wipe it off. Like I fucking nutted on my shirt. That shit. Way. So it's just these are the struggles. You know what I mean? Like, how are we expected to? What is the government going to do about this? You know what I mean? Like, you want me to fight and die for this? Like, come on. So, struggles are real. The plight is real. Hopefully, it just doesn't all just fall out when I try to eat it. What the fuck is that, bro? I've never eaten a donut like that. I was just at the grocery store and I was gonna get some. I had to re up on my sweets, you know. So I had to get some donuts. I have them like maybe. I have about 6 dozen Krispy Kreme donuts, like the pre-made ones that you get in the grocery store that they just have in the box. I get them like maybe every week, every week and a half, something like that. But but yeah, hot as shit out today though. Tell you what, fucking hot as shit. So fucking hot. My AC doesn't even. I put it on three. It has four settings. I put it on the third setting, and it's blowing pretty hard. And it just like doesn't do anything. You know what I mean? Like I'm still dying. Just sweating. Just sweating like everywhere. It's like, damn. This East Coast. If y'all have never been to the United States East Coast in the summer, the Northeast, like the East, well, basically just everywhere on the East Coast is fucking crazy. Crazy. Humid too. Humid as fuck. Oh man. Wolf White sends $2, says it's Taco Vegano Tuesday. You making vegan tacos, Wolf White? In honor of me? I'm flattered. That's Boston for you? Yeah. Seriously. Diabetes maxing? I mean, hey, look, something's gonna kill you, you know? I'm sorry, but to live life like just, I can't have a donut. Like, come on. I think you've basically already died. You know what I mean? Like, you're pretty much, you don't even need to die because you're already dead. If you're like, oh, I can't have a donut. Like, I feel bad for you. You know what I mean? This is terribly made, though. It doesn't help that it was in my hot car for like, well, 15 minutes, and that was enough to basically just melt the entire thing. I need better working AC if I'm gonna buy donuts in the middle of summer. But this is pre tennis session carb loading. That's what I use to fuel my tennis session that I'm gonna have later today. We're gonna do it in the evening though because it's not as hot. So every day is rotting, true. Give me that donut. Give me that donut. Give me that. Get your own. Get your own. Do you have Krispy Kreme in Europe? All the Europeans, is there Krispy Kreme over there? You guys hip to this? You guys hip to the Boston cream donut? The iconic Boston cream? Does this guy even bother reading his live chat? Probably the only people that actually care about him. No, I don't. No, I never read my live chat, bro. Yeah, why would you want to live a longer life that you don't enjoy anyway? Facts. Facts. A lot of people just complain about how terrible life is. And then they're like the same people who are like, you can't have a donut. It's like, what? Yeah. You'll die. You got a Krispy Kreme in Wales? You live in Wales, bro? You live in Wales? I've never heard of that. I don't think I've ever heard of a person living in Wales. You know, my ancestry is actually deeply Welsh, so that's dope that you got a Krispy Kreme there. Hell yeah. Does the hair on your top lip irritate you? Yes, it does. Yes. I actually want to shave this beard, like, very badly, but the chat won't let me. The chat won't let me. By the way, the rule still applies. Well, today's stream won't be 4 hours, but there's a rule. Let's just probably start putting it in the description. There's a rule that the stream has to make at least $100 in 4 hours or I shave my beard. So if I do shave my beard, it will be the fault of the chat. So they can't complain about it. And I'm just kind of waiting for that day. Hasn't happened yet. But today's live stream will not hit 4 hours. It will probably hit 3, maybe a little bit over. So I guess nobody has to send any money today. Not to worry about that. Fuck. Should have thought about that. I can only watch this for a few minutes before the call me in the back. Okay, because that makes sense. That's a sentence that makes sense. Appreciate it, man. You want to try that again? Why don't you geomax, my guy? What's geomaxing? I don't know what that is. You're gonna have to explain, Max. Marshall, what's a belief you hold that you're pretty sure is wrong, but you can't stop believing it anyway? The has something to do with women, I'm sure. That all women are. What do I tend to believe? I don't know that like all women are out to get me. They all wanna. They all want to see me suffer. They want to. They want me just to be begging on my knees, clothes fucking in tatters on me, gaunt, eyes hollowed in, cheeks hollowed in, fucking hair falling out, eyes bloodshot, just like begging at their knees, just like my mind completely gone, needing them, blah blah. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I think they're all. That's their end goal. But I'm sure it's not true. But I just kind of sometimes I tend to believe that. Most of the time. It's kind of like the worst thing I'm afraid of. You know what I mean? Are you an atheist? No, I'm not an atheist. I believe there's a God. Something like a God. Everything's crazy and we don't go out anymore. I suppose. Rod maxing tonight? No, I'm playing tennis tonight. I am not going to rot. Maybe you. Maybe you. Not me. I do not rot. Nobody knows what to do and there is no end to it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's been kind of the way it's been since the dawn of humankind. I don't think it's anything new. It just has a different face, you know, just looks different. It's all the same same thing though. Marshall, how are you today? Oh, thank you. It's just such a general, such a nice general, innocuous, genuine question. How are you? The old classic, how are you? Just a classic. It's just a classic. The how are you? Gotta love it. Gotta love the how are you. What a classic question. Hmm. If this was real life, I'd say good. You? Oh yeah, good. Yep. Cool. Great. All right. Awesome. Fantastic. But since this is my live stream and this is private, in the comfort of my own home. I'm alright. I'm alright. I think I'm better, dude. I think I'm getting better. I'm in a generally a better mood lately. And I don't know what it has to do with. Because I nutted like 2 days ago. So it can't be that. Sometimes when I nut, I feel like shit. And then sometimes I don't feel anything. I don't feel different at all. But I'm tending to, I feel just better over the last like couple weeks. So, I'm thinking it might have something to do with this multivitamin that I've been taking for about a month, over a month. I think I was vitamin B12 deficient. That's my theory. It's impossible to know, though. It's impossible to know. You know, it's a multivitamin, so there could be a whole ton of things in there that I just wasn't getting. But, or it could not be the multivitamin at all. Maybe it's just the vitamin D I've been getting since playing tennis outside. Maybe it's the fact that I'm actually playing tennis instead of going to the gym and rotting. I feel like my soul is being drained. Uh, doing tennis, something that I actually enjoy, that I actually love. Maybe that's bringing some life back into me. Uh, Maybe it's these live streams where I feel like I'm connecting with people in a way that I finally don't have to perform. Maybe it's the fact that I haven't worked a real job for over a month and a half now. So maybe that's why I'm feeling a lot better. It's impossible to know. It's impossible. That's what I hate the most, is like you never know. It's kind of hot in here, by the way. I'm very aware of it. Is the AC on? I mean, I feel like the AC has to be on because it's 95 degrees outside. But I don't feel it down here, which is kind of one of the craziest things. We'll see. Maybe they turned it off because they left the house and just said, fuck Marshall. He can fucking rot down there. I don't know. Yeah, I was saying that I hate that you don't know what causes what, you know? You never know what it is. U of O Ducks football sends the $2 and says something unintelligible. Appreciate it, man. Wolf White sends the $2, says, here's your daily dose of hugs and kisses. Thank you, Wolf White. Thank you. Why is nobody else as affectionate as Wolf White? All of you. You're very prude. Thank you, Wolf White. I appreciate it. Digital action is the most I can get. Digital hugs and kisses is the most I can settle for it. That's the most any of us can get. No. Can you hold a belief if you believe it's wrong? Yes. Well, you are thinking that people, it's possible to believe things at certain times and then not believe them at others. Right? A human being is not a set thing. It's not like you believe something all the way up until you don't, and then you just never believe it anymore. And when you believe it, you always believe it. You know what I mean? I think beliefs they can be temporal, the same meaning as temporary. I think it is, but yeah, I mean, I believe certain things at certain times depending on my mood. I mean, have you ever been in a mood, bro? You can believe certain things when you're in a mood. When you've worked for 10 hours straight, it's been a hell of a day, super busy, craziness going on, haven't had nicotine, haven't eaten. I mean, you believe all sorts of different shit. And then once you get some food in you, maybe throw a pouch in, smoke a cigarette or something, go home, relax a bit. I mean, then you're no longer believing those things anymore. So, what kind of games do you enjoy playing? I mean, I don't really enjoy playing games. I mean, I played Elden Ring. I like Elden Ring. I like the Dark Souls games. I like FIFA, like chess. That's basically it. Marshall needs to start puffing on a pipe with that beard growing out. Yeah, that'd probably be a pretty good look, huh? You can. I'll think about it. A pipe. The thing is, I've considered smoking a cigar, but the thing is, Elisha smokes a cigar. You know what I mean? I feel like Elisha just killed that for everybody because, like, now if you want to smoke a cigar and you want to start smoking a cigar, everyone's going to just be like, oh, you're doing what Elisha's doing. So Elisha kind of ruined the cigar for like anybody that's ever going to come after him and like smoke a cigar. They're going to be like, okay, you're just Elisha maxing. You're just trying to be like Elisha. What, you think you're some Elisha Long? And so I kind of fucking hate him for that. And but you know, he made a move, you know, he made a move on the chessboard and basically put everyone else in a unwinnable position. So kudos to him. But yeah, if I start smoking, I probably have to smoke a pipe. I have to smoke a pipe. So. I still believe there's a woman out there for every man that is not shallow and is loyal. All right. All right. Even if he's a dwarf. Puppet Master says, I am a human being, god damn it. My life has value in all capitals. Say it louder, bruh. That makes it true. Doesn't reek of desperation at all. What are you currently reading? Nothing. Nothing. I gave up. I stopped. So lasted for about a month and a half. And then I just came to the realization, I was like, why the fuck am I reading, bro? I don't even enjoy this. What am I going to learn from a book? You know what I mean? What am I going to learn? How is it going to help me? I don't even care. You know what I mean? I'm going to be dead one day, and then all of this knowledge that I amassed, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I learned about World War I or World War II or the monetary system when when I'm dead, when I'm in my grave. I mean, maybe it matters for like everybody else that's still alive that like watches my videos, but that's if my videos still exist. You guys ever heard of the 3 deaths of Mexico in Mexico? The first death is I think the first death is like your actual death, like you die. The second death is I think it's like when like all your family forgets who you are or something, and then or when they stop talking about you, you know what I mean? And then like the third death is the last time ever someone ever says your name. Jason Silva from Shots of Awe, he made a video about that way back. I remember watching that. I thought it hit hard. The last time someone ever says your name is your third death. That's the third Mexican death. Oof, that's rough. That's rough. Alice says mustache is not comfortable for eating and kissing. This is correct. Luckily, I don't have to worry about the kissing part, but it's just not comfortable in general, really. Although I've gotten past the point where it's itchy, so it's no longer itchy. I find it amazing that you actually sat and did nothing for 12 hours. I really don't think many people today could do that. They wouldn't last an hour. Thank you. Thank you. I agree. That's why everyone's fucking crazy. That's why I can't talk to nobody. Because they're all fucking crazy, bro. If you can't... This is the qualification for being able to hang out with me. You have to be able to sit and do nothing for 12 hours. If you can't do that, I don't want it. You know what I mean? Clearly not qualified. Wolf White says, I hate it. What do you hate? Uvo Ducks Football sends $2, says, has anyone asked you why you wear the mask? No. Do you think your neighbors are worried because they think you're talking to yourself for 4 hours a day? No, not at all. That thought has literally never crossed my mind. You were raised agnostic? No, I was raised Christian. My family is all very Christian. We were raised very Christian growing up. Don't worry about it. I changed up the lighting today because I'm trying to get it absolutely perfect. As Virgos do, you know, we're kind of obsessed with perfection, and everything's always like everything always has to be better. And you overthink pretty much everything, but yeah. So got the warm light in the background. I moved the light a little bit, this softbox a little bit, and then I thought maybe the background was a little too dark, and brightening up the background with some like warm, like actual lights, like just regular lights. You see how that's like yellow light instead of the colors. I thought maybe that would help sort of the dynamics here. So I think it did. I think it did a little bit, but yeah. However, I want to see if I can change. Oh, I can no longer change the latency. This isn't interesting for you guys, but my latency is on low. There's an option of normal latency, low latency, and ultra low latency. Not sure if that affects the quality of the image that you see. Maybe you nerds can tell me. Marshall is the best YouTuber. Thank you. I'm not even sure I could be considered a YouTuber anymore. I think I'm just a streamer. I'll never post a video ever again. Odd Fitness says I'm losing hope. What are you losing hope about? Have you ever been recognized by a subscriber out in public? No. At least not to my knowledge. Rate your mental health from 1 to 10. I don't know. Maybe a 7. I think 7's probably accurate. Wolf White says, "Talk to me, Marshallito. Talk to me, Marshallito. Talk to me." See, Library Cop has made an appearance. Welcome, Library Cop. The comedian. Sorry about the game. Yeah, Sabres lost last night. It was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. My friend was alive last night because I texted him. I haven't texted him today yet, though, so he might be dead. I really do think I just overthink things, though, especially like basically everything. You know, I overthink social interactions, I overthink relationships, I overthink dynamics between men and women. I overthink everything. It's a gift, it's also a curse, obviously. What gift isn't a curse? You know what I mean? Everything's a trade-off. I'd probably leave you alone if I saw you. What do you mean? Why would you leave me alone? Do I look unapproachable? No more videos on women? No. I mean, not unless I feel like there's an absolutely necessary video that I have to make on women, but like I'm pretty sure I'm just done. I mean, I don't know what else to say, man. I mean, I've said everything and it's just, you know, everyone gets it. Everyone gets it. I'm gonna say that it's over. I actually have to embody the overness. You know what I mean? I can't just say it's over, it's cooked, and then just like keep talking about women. You know what I mean? It's got to be so over that it's actually over. You know what I mean? All these other guys like claiming that it's over. It's not actually over for them. You know, they're not actually clearly. Clearly, they still have hope. You know what I mean? Hello, Legendus. Hello. I'm gonna be honest. I feel kind of brain dead at the moment. You know, sometimes you feel like you have it, and I just don't feel like I have it right now. Uh oh. Uh oh. What? You don't have it? Do you feel like the overthinking gets less as you retain? I don't know. I don't know. When I was retaining the most, I was going the deepest down the rabbit hole with women on the topics of women. Now that I am not as successful with my retention, I don't really have the spark or the drive to talk about women anymore. It's probably just sexual frustration, honestly. Can you do a cooking stream? I mean, I could. Probably be shitty though. The setup would be shitty. Plus it would have to be on the phone, I think. Because I'm not gonna bring my laptop into the laundry room slash kitchen. Like hook this up through OBS and shit. That's just ridiculous. So it'd probably be on the phone and like it would cut out sometimes. The Wi-Fi is not great in there, so. That's anxiety, my boy. We overthink before the interaction and overthink after the interaction. You think that's anxiety? Is that what anxiety is? Thinking, overthinking. I always thought anxiety was more like a apprehension, like a fear. It's not necessarily the over analytical thinking itself, but although maybe they're kind of connected, maybe they're one and the same, but you can't really separate the two. I don't know. Do you want to go back to delivery driver? No, I do not. I want tennis streams so bad, and that's not going to happen. Unless I get like a professional team to like, who do you think I am, clavicular? Just stream tennis in public. feel negative. I feel angry. I don't know why. I don't know why. I felt a lot better yesterday, probably because it was post tennis yesterday, and today is pre tennis. So I think yesterday, when you get so exhausted, when I'm just like so tired, I get relaxed. When you're tired, you're relaxed. Feel angry. It's the donut that you ate. Yeah. Honestly, it might be. It might be. Alice says I also feel I don't have it right now. You don't. That's funny. Yeah. Everybody in the chat has to have it. Only people that have it. Get your Riz back? I never had it. Regarding women, I believe you covered it all. As a woman, I found it interesting and insightful. Did I agree with everything? Not everything, but still an insight into the male mind, which I enjoyed. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it, Library Cop. What's been your longest streak of retention? 61 days. I feel like I'm leaning on the chat too much right now. That's what I mean. Like you have nothing to say when you're leaning on the chat. You know what I mean? It's just like I really truly like what do I talk about? You know what I mean? So much of like streaming is like complaining, I feel like. Just get on camera, just start complaining about your life. When really, I mean, I don't really have anything to complain about. My life is pretty great, honestly. It's like really good. Aside from just not having a woman in my life, pretty much everything else is like great. Personally, I think it's awesome. You know, I don't have to have a real job. If I do want a real job, I have the option to do it, and I make enough money to like buy everything that I want, live a comfortable lifestyle, buy extra stuff, be a consumer or save or both. Um, you know, got AC, got some pretty low rent, pretty, my living situation is very chill. Nobody like causing drama in my place of abode. And yeah, I mean there's just not a lot to complain about, you know what I mean? You can always complain. There's always things that you can that you would, I mean, there's just no end to the things that you want to add into your life. I could complain that I don't have a house. I could complain that I don't have a woman. I could complain that, I don't make enough money. I could complain that all this stuff, which I have. I think I've done enough of that. But it's just like things could also be a lot worse, So I have, it's pretty good. What's the next rabbit hole, Marshall? Now that women topic has been exhausted, I don't know. I don't know. That's kind of the thing is like that I'm in a weird place because I don't really know like what to do right now. And I'm kind of just like live streaming and it seems to be working. It seems to be like going okay. But like genuinely I don't know like what content to create anymore. Like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what rabbit holes to go down. I don't really like the performance aspect of making YouTube videos because I feel like they're not, after doing live streaming so much, I feel like this is just a lot more genuine, intimate, just kind of a real dynamic. Like, even people have said, like, since you started live streaming, you're just a lot different than when you were just making videos, you know. Live streaming allows people to see like how you actually are. It's a more accurate representation of just who you are. Videos is not, that you lose something in it. Especially because, you know, I felt like for videos to get views because of the algorithm, because of this dystopia that we live in, you know, it has to be negative. It has to be some sort of negative insight, some doom stuff, you know. And it's not like I was faking that when I was making it. It's not like I was just doing that because I saw that that's what the algorithm wanted. I was actually caught up in that. Like, I actually believed that stuff. And I was actually all that anger, all that stuff about women was very real. And it might still be real, but I don't know. I just don't. I mean, I can't keep saying it's the same things over and over again, you know? I'm not. You know. Plus, you know, videos, you don't even make, don't really make that much money off of videos. And the only videos that would really get views are ones where it had to be like super negative, and so it's just kind of like the worst of the worst. I mean, I had to have a real job, you know? I had to have a real job, like a mundane 9 to 5 job that I didn't like. I was driving for like 8 hours a day. I was gone out of my house for like 9, 10 hours a day, every day, five days a week. And then I'd feel like you know, I have to come back, and to keep my YouTube channel growing or keep it going, I had to like say some, you know, give the viewers what they wanted. And now that I can just do live streams, I feel like I just don't really have that. I don't know. There's a weird thing about, you know, when you make content, you feel like you have to like, and the jury's still out, I suppose, but you feel like you have to do more than just be yourself. I feel like you have to like have a wide breadth or depth of knowledge or expertise about a certain subject. Or you need to speak about a certain topic. You need to offer, you know, there's some value that you need to offer people. You need to give them information. It's not like you can't just, what are you gonna do? Just chill and just like talk to people and just be yourself? What are you, fucking nuts? Like, that's not a service. That doesn't provide anybody anything. There's nothing valuable about you, you know. I think a lot of people, we all have that thought, is like, there's nothing valuable just about me. I have to be something. to be valuable. And now that I do live streams, it's like I'm kind of starting to see that maybe that's not really the case. Or maybe there's some sort of value that I can provide that's not it's not just doom negative content that is a sort of a performance for 20 minutes on a video, you know. But you could easily get a woman, Marshall, and you know that. Whoa. You're just talking like a woman, like a human being with what do they have, XY chromosomes or X that has a vagina that can give birth. Like, okay, if you're talking like a biological woman, yeah, probably, yeah. But that's not what I want, you know. A woman that I actually want is a different story. I mean, I don't think that's it's that easy, you know. I don't know, man. You know, guarantee you could get a woman immediately. I mean, just again, what kind of woman are we talking about? Are you talking about a quality woman here? I mean, I don't know. And also it's not necessarily that I don't think I could get a woman. It's that I don't think that I could handle a relationship with a woman. I don't think that I could. I don't know. I guess a part of me thinks like maybe I just don't really want that. You know, there's a lot that's not attractive to me about being in a relationship with a woman, and kind of the only attractive thing is the fact that I get to have sex with her. And if that's kind of the case, then like I probably shouldn't be with a woman. You know what I mean? You're supposed to like I don't know. I don't think a lot of women would be thrilled about this place, like to be honest. I have a hard time being thrilled about this place, man. I don't know. I have such high standards for myself and I'm not meeting like any of them. And so it's hard to imagine that women see you through a different lens than the one that you look at yourself through. I can't it's impossible for me to look at myself through any other lens than the way that I look at myself. And I think that any all other people look at the same lens, look through the same lens when looking at me that I look at myself through. So it's just it's difficult. It's difficult. Gotta stop looking through everything. What the hell am I doing? Wolf White sends the $2 says to be yourself is all that you can do. Thank you, Wolf White. Is that a song? You don't need experience because common sense is really needed in these crazy times. Yeah. It's true. That's true. Create a success coaching business. Yeah, right. XY, okay. XY chromosomes, okay. Thank you, library cop. Getting sticky. Says 3 days on the trot. You're recommended. Is that me being recommended to rot with you? Maybe. It's the best day of your life getting recommended me. Change your life forever. You don't even know what you stumbled on. You don't even know what YouTube just recommended you. You don't know what favor YouTube just did you. You don't know how your life has been forever dramatically changed. You don't know what windfalls just were given to you. Your destiny was literally just created right now. Agreed. The doomer content on YouTube is getting pretty cringe. It used to be authentic until people saw how many views you can get. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of wonder how many, how much of this doomer like content. I wonder how much of it is people that actually believe it still, or if it's just, they know what they got to say to get views. I can't be that type of person though. A woman who truly falls in love with you sees potential in you that you're not able to project, see in yourself. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but knowing that theoretically but I mean not being able to experience that is like, you know, I can never experience that, you know. I guess the only way you can really experience that is to actually be in a relationship. Then you kind of see how another person views you. But I guess that's the point, maybe. I don't know. If you could do drugs because you didn't have a job, which would you do? I mean, I don't have a job. I can do drugs. I still don't do any. I'm not really into drugs, man. I mean, it's a great high, but like the come down, the crash is like so shitty. Alice says, "Can I confess? I like the older camera more." What? Alla, what? This camera was like $1,000 with the lens included. I mean, you shouldn't tell me that. The other one was like $150, if that. It was like $120. It's a webcam. How is this not better? Women find confident men attractive, yeah. Am I confident? I don't know. I mean, a confident man would probably be confident that he's confident. So maybe I just answered that question. How on earth are you just raw dogging life? What do you mean? What do you mean by raw dogging life? You talking about like not partaking in mind altering substances of any kind? Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean? Love? Oh, Alice says I like raw, imperfect. Well, I can't I can't change the stream quality just for you. You know how it is. I like this camera better. It's weird because it's actually more high definition on my OBS feed than it is on the YouTube feed. It loses like a bit of a, what is it? The bit rate? Is that what's the quality? I don't know. But I don't know what's YouTube's fucking deal, but Library Cop says we only care about you, Marshall, not the camera. Damn. All right, chill. Chill, girl. Chill. Well, I care about you guys. I care about the viewers' experience. So, women are the most beautiful creatures on earth. A woman gave birth to you. A demon gave birth to me, you know. Kidding. Right. Women are the most beautiful creatures on earth. They are. They're also terrifying. Honestly, the thing is, you know what the thing is? The thing is, it's not women. It's really not women. Women are only exposing the weaknesses in yourself. I mean, yeah, it's kind of women, but I think it's also as much yourself, you know. Think about it. If there is a super manipulative, demonic, crazy, malevolent woman, right? I don't think most people, like hardly anybody is actually like that. I think most people mean well, but they are the unfortunate outcome of a lot of their actions and intentions happen to be hurtful and malevolent and manipulative and damaging and all this stuff, right? But say that there is a woman who like can wield an enormous amount of manipulative power over you. If you have no clue what's going on and you're like just new, like most of us men have been, you're going to get absolutely obliterated by a woman like this until you learn what's up, until you learn like how to spot signs of these behaviors, until you learn how to handle a lot of these behaviors and these tactics, until you just learn how to deal with women that are like this. Once you're basically, it's like a video game. Like once you're stronger than them, once you there's another thought coming to my brain, but I'll come back to that. Once you're stronger than them, there's no longer anything to be afraid of with the woman. You know what I mean? The only thing that you should have been afraid of is your own lack of ability to deal with them. It was you that was lacking, and how else are you gonna learn? You know what I mean? If pain was never a thing, if women could never manipulate you and like destroy you and make you heartbroken or make you guilty or shameful or uncertain or confused or begging and pleading, breathless on their every whim or whatever, if they couldn't do that and they couldn't cause you pain like that, well then you you would never develop abilities or capabilities to handle that stuff. You know, you would never develop any sort of. It's like nature. Nature is a cruel beast. Through hardship, through pain, it forges the best of the best. It's the same thing. Um, I mean, I guess you could say. I mean, you can say that we should never have been. That women should never have been manipulative in the first place. They should never have been toxic or any of these negative things. But, I mean, how boring would that be? We all just live like in the clouds. It's all just cupids. Just all love, baby. It's all good. I mean, how boring would that be? That just sounds boring, dude. You know, like there would nothing to be afraid. There would never be anything to be afraid of. You'd never fear getting hurt. You'd never fear, anything, loss or any. I mean, that is a life where you might as well just be. Well, what's the point of even existence at that point? You might as well just be dead. You know. I'm saying some wild shit, man. I think too much. Why are you guys letting me think so much? Stop me. Tell me to shut the fuck up. You love women, Marshall. I mean, I do. I do love women. I just need them to behave. Behave. XYZ says, Christ, I never look at live streams. They play ads during live streams too? Yep. Welcome to the rot. There is nowhere that there will not be ads. Ads will find you everywhere. Have you guys ever tried to go on like a website? Like, people almost never go on websites anymore. I almost never go on websites because I basically ask ChatGPT everything. It's kind of crazy how websites are basically going to die. But it's like everything's being made into an app. I mean, I guess there are websites, but if you guys ever go to like a website, like just a generic website, like an article, a news thing, if you guys haven't been to one of those websites in a while, I mean, they're basically unusable. They're like you can't even, you click on it and you want to read this article, right? And there's just like, I mean, there's like 40 fucking pop-ups and like you have to like accept cookies and then there's another ad that like flashes up. You have to hit the X button, and then like you scroll down, and like another ad pops up when you scroll down, and then there's like random pictures and like links to like crazy shit that's like just all scams. Like after every sentence, there's just like, you know, ads like after every sentence through the art, and you're like scrolling through, and there's all this junk around it. It's just like, what the fuck is this shit? Anyway. Wolf White, what are you looking up fucking quotes? Dropping some crazy sentences. The irony of addiction is that it's never about the object of addiction, but about the addict themselves. Yeah. You come up with that yourself? Imagine not using ad blockers. Use Brave browser to avoid ads. Oh, I should probably use that on my phone. I do use the Brave browser on here after everybody was telling me to do it, but I don't use it on my phone though. Probably should. Well, I don't want to go down without trying. So, Marshall, you are blessed. God loves you, and you are going to sit rotting, ungrateful. Live your life. Wake up. I know, bro. I know. I know. I know. I'm just so ungrateful to wake up. I'm asleep. I'm asleep. I'm asleep and I'm ungrateful. God. Ugh. Ugh. Terrible. I have to live my life. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm not living my life. Oh no. Elisha type advice. Go live, man. Yeah, just go live, dude. Stop thinking, just live. Okay. All right, cool. All right, I got it. Cool. People who give advice, strange. People who give advice without being asked for specific advice. It's kind of strange. How long have we been going? An hour and 14 minutes. Third day in a row, ending a day with half a liter of good vodka. Damn. What kind of vodka you sipping on, my dude? Snake Charmer. What kind of vodka you sipping on, Snake Charmer? Drinking that Relska? The Smirnoff? The Relska? Vodka. Vodka. So you are log pilled. What's that? What's log pilled? You still jobless? Yeah, I'm jobless, bro. Jobless. It's so bad. So bad not to have a job. Oh my God. What am I gonna do without a job? Snake Charmer says Ukrainian vodka because Russian vodka is banned here. Okay. What's the brand? A couple days ago, I polished off a bottle of cookie dough whiskey. Delicious. Ugh. Ugh. Dang it, bro. Honk Honkler, how much you drink, bruh? How much you drink? You a drinker? I don't judge, by the way. I don't judge. I'm a very, very unjudgmental person, if you haven't noticed. I love the stories of your old job. Yeah. I should probably just go work the job just for the stories, right? That's a good idea. Man, I'm feeling like, feeling pissy. Feeling pissy, dude. Angry. Wolf White sends $2. Says, "Here's to joblessness." Thank you, Wolf White. Kurtz platinum quality stuff. Okay. Decided to rot tonight after work tonight too. You said tonight twice. That's weird. 2026 going so-so. So-so. Yeah. Feel you, dog. Hong Kongler says, sounds gross. I know. It was good. And how much is drink? Not a lot, actually. But when I do drink, I just go until I get a buzz. Yeah, but I mean, if you're like an alcoholic, I mean, to get a buzz, you have to drink like 10 shots. Weren't you in the Navy? I was. Guys, I gotta pee. What the hell are we doing, man? I feel like this stream's been kind of ass, huh? I'll be back in 30 seconds. Probably like a minute. Old now. Trash stream. Why is it trash? Ty Cruz. Why is it trash? Tell me. Tell me why it's trash. So I can fix it. Ty Cruz. Marshall, how are you providing for yourself? Through this. Through live streams. Because I'm not yelling and being over dramatic every 10 seconds? Yeah. It must be trash, huh? Ty Cruz. Still waiting. Still waiting for an answer. That's not an answer. Says we need another 12 hours of silence. I feel dead. Caps the name, sends £5, I believe, and says, can you change lighting to a strobe light to see how many people in the chat have a fit? Well, the thing is, I wouldn't be able to see the fit actually happening, so I have to say no just for that reason. If we could actually watch everybody having seizures, then maybe I would. Of course, I'm joking. It's a joke. Yeah, we don't want strobes. That's a great Deadmau5 song, though. What y'all know about Deadmau5? I used to listen to basically exclusively Deadmau5 when I was. I think I discovered him when I was 20. I want to say I was 21 or 22. Maybe I was 22. I think the first song I ever heard of his was I Remember. Obviously, that's his probably most popular song. Um, and then I think the one that really got me into him was Faxing Berlin. And then I basically just like listened to every fucking song of his. Dude, I used to love Deadmau5. Like Deadmau5 was like everything to me. I mean, I still do love Dead but Strobe. That's a great song. You guys haven't heard Strobe, you're fucking nut. You got to listen to the extended version, like the actual original, not the radio edit. You have to listen to the extended, okay? Starts with, it's very slow and it just builds the entire song. It's fucking epic. But yeah, he has a lot of good ones. That Sitting on the Couch was a banger, ahead of its time, bless. Look, I can do it again, especially now that I got a high quality camera. Well, I mean, it's higher quality, let's just say, but I'm not ruling out doing nothing again. You think that's the last you'll ever see of me doing nothing? Yeah, right. How are you adjusting after leaving the truck behind? My dad was a truck driver for 30 years. I'm adjusting great. It's fine. No worries. God, how to spell it. Dead mouse. It's with a. Oh, I guess you guys can't use numbers. Dead mouse with a 5. The Velt. The Velt. You like the Velt, huh? It's not my favorite, but it is. It's decent. It's decent. What were your best lifts when you were into powerlifting? Best lifts. Okay, so in competition, best lifts were I think I had a 611 deadlift. I had a 462 squat, and then a honestly, I think it was a 314 bench press. But if you guys have ever done like a powerlifting competition, like, bro, everything is like all the weights are actually the weight, like exactly the weight, whereas the weights you use in like a commercial gym are probably off by, 2 or 5 or 7 pounds or whatever. Just because they get banged around and like parts of them chip off and like all this stuff. But um, so when you go to a powerlifting competition, all the weight is like actually heavier. It feels heavier, like legitimately. And you're also maxing out 9 times in a row over the course of a day, so it's pretty exhausting. Um, but in the gym, I think my max was for bench. It was like 340 or something. For squat, I still think I never got to 500, which is crazy, but I think I got to like 475 maybe. And then I really wanted a 500 squat. I never got to it though. That was like my life goal, is to get a 500 squat, and I just could never get to it. Um, and then deadlift was, I think the most I ever deadlifted was, I did 600 for 4. Yeah. U Ducks football, since the $2 says you cannot do it again. Thank you. You got a crazy setup. Have you ever tried making your own music? Yeah, I did. Like back when I was like 22, 23, I tried to make my own music and it was fucking terrible. I was like making it on a laptop with like headphones and it just sounded like absolute dog shit. I could never figure out like the EQ and like the mixing, and it just, everything sounded like muddy and it was just terrible. Conventional deadlift. Sumo's fucking gay. Sumo's not a real. It's just not a real deadlift in my opinion. You got pictures of yourself in the face? They used to be on my Facebook, but probably not anymore. Let's see Paul Allen's lifting score. That's funny. Ty Cruz sends the $2, says, JK, love your work. I listened to you in the lab. What lab? What lab are you in? Appreciate it, though. Appreciate it, Doug. Apparently it's not a trash stream anymore. What was your body weight for those lifts? Body weight was, I was like 20. Honestly, I was like 207. I was about 20 pounds lighter than I am now because I'm like 228. I'm fat. I'm getting fat. In fact, I haven't weighed myself for like maybe a couple weeks, so I might even be heavier now. Ever since I stopped the caffeine, so when I got off the nicotine, I started gaining weight. And then when I stopped the caffeine, I started gaining weight too. So back when I first started my channel, if you go back and look at like my earlier videos, you'll see that I was a lot thinner. At least in the face. Yeah, I was doing nicotine pouches and I was drinking coffee back then. So yeah, that curbed the appetite significant amount. So weird. That's natural because nicotine and caffeine are an addiction. When you stop them, people try to fill the gap with eating. Yeah, that's probably what's happening. Oh man. What the hell do I talk about? I probably fucked up. Probably shouldn't have made a live stream 2 days in a row. Fuck. Why do I feel so angry? Like, doesn't even make sense. It's weird because like there's nothing I'm angry about. It's just like a general like anger. disinterest. I fucking hate that. It's like, why? Am I hungry? I'm trying not to watch videos. Try not to. I work second shift at a clinical lab in Nova. You live in Nova? You live in Nova, Ty Cruz? How much did you weigh? I already said, bro. I already said. What the hell? Should have been listening. I don't say things twice. Maybe I'll just sit here. Sit here until something comes to mind. Something's got to come to mind eventually, right? Mm. We'll fight since $5 says push-ups don't do the donut damage. All right, 5 push-ups. Here we go. Yeah, guys, just start making me work out, I guess, because that's really the only thing that we can do here. You are angry because you have high EQ. What's EQ? Gavis, the name, sends 5 pounds. Says sometimes I just watch Harry Mack freestyles. When I'm having a pissed off day like this, generally puts a smile on my face. If you want me to watch Harry Mack freestyles, just tell me. I don't know. I don't feel like watching any videos. I don't feel like doing anything. Nothing. What do you do with this emptiness? What does one do with this emptiness? This rot, this sickness that just sits. You desperately need a fur baby companion that can teach you responsibly and how to treat human beings decently. What is a fur baby? I don't know. Teach you responsibly. Responsibility or responsibly and? Teach you responsibly what? Teach you responsibly. Doesn't even make sense. You need a fur baby. Teach you how to type. Man, I'm in such a bad mood. UFO Ducks Football since $5 says, please do a stream behind a white bed sheet so we only see your silhouette. I could probably make that happen. Yeah, I could probably make that happen. We could do that. Wolf White says, go out with me to a vegan restaurant. That'll help. Wolf White, where do you live? Also, what do you look like? What is your profile picture? Who's this? Sarah Connor watching you use AI for everything. UFO Ducks Football, you're $5 short, my buddy. You want me to do 5 Supermans? I can do 5. 5? Scream into a pillow? I don't feel like screaming. I just feel like dead. If you're so given up in Black Pill, why don't you prank call Jimmy Johns right now? Is that what people do when they're so given up and black pilled? Is they prank call Jimmy Johns? Dude, literally, you guys, if you comment anything, I'm just gonna fucking tear into it. Honestly. Asked me to go to a vegan restaurant with her. Doesn't tell me where she lives. Classic. Classic online stuff. Stop rotting and do something. We out here rooting for you, Marshall. What do you want me to do? What do I do? I mean, there's no fucking point. The fuck? I'm doing something. I'm live streaming. What do you want? What do you want me to do? By the way, what's a Superman? Honestly, bro, here's what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna sit here. I'll do the 5 Supermans, but I'm just gonna sit here. On days like today where I just honestly feel like I have nothing, I'm not even gonna front like I have anything. I'm just gonna chill. I'm just gonna chill, and I'll just be super picky with like I will only respond to things if they absolutely if they're good. I mean, I guess whatever I'm doing right now is just fine. What's wrong with what I'm doing right now? I mean, nothing really, man. Google is free. Yeah, but so are you. Actually, you're Google's free, but you're even you're like less than free because you're paying me. You know what I mean? My hair. This is the energy that draws you into the hub. That's facts. That's actually facts, bruh. That's a good insight. How'd you even know that? Gav is the name. That's a great insight. That's some psychic shit. Yeah. No, this is exactly the energy that draws me into the hub. I just get so like there's just nothing, you know what I mean? And then I'm just like, well, might as well look at some naked women. All right, so Wolfwhite wants me to do 5 push-ups. And I have to do 5 Supermans. What is that? It's a fucking Superman. Oh, okay. Be right back. Oh, I muted it. Sorry. I muted it. Just when I said I was in a good mood. It was just on mute. I'm an idiot. Oh. You're in Costco? You're in Costco watching me? It's wild. Am I what? Every cop is funny. Pretty interesting. And unhinged to do live streams when I'm like this. Wolf White says, just sit there and look pretty. Sends $5. Thank you, Wolf White. Thank you, Wolf White. I can do that. Marshall needs more omega-3s. I take an omega-3 supplement. I also take flaxseed. I put ground flaxseed in my smoothies, so I'm good. I'm good on the omega-3s. It's not the omega-3s. So Alcaraz dropped out of Wimbledon? What? You're being for real? Holy shit. Yeah, that's a little troubling. That's troubling. I mean, it must be very serious. That kind of thing, like, I feel like that can ruin a career. Like, that's just crazy. You need a steak? You think so? I think that's the problem. Is that I don't eat meat? Might be. It might be. I mean, at this point, I should probably try everything, huh? I tried the vitamin. I tried the multivitamin. I tried the omega-3s. I thought I was on a good streak here. Maybe it was that donut that fucked me up. Felt alright. Is it that fucking Boston cream? What a fucking demon in that Boston cream donut. I got a demon in me. You really think it was that donut? I feel like donuts make people feel good. You know what I mean? It's a fucking donut. People don't feel like fucking suicidal after eating a donut, you know what I mean? I don't feel suicidal. I just feel like, what do I feel like? I just feel fucking, just feel angry. Just nothing, just in a mood. Nothing interests me. But I thought I was cured. I thought I was cured. I've been taking this multivitamin. I've been feeling good the last couple of days, but then just all of a sudden, weird. What are you feeling, sick or something? Yeah, but a sickness of like the soul. You know what I mean? Not a library cop. Library cop says I don't eat meat either, but I eat chicken and fish. Well, that's meat. So if you were trying to make a joke that was funny. How is it the donut? Why do you guys blame the donut? It's just a fucking donut. You know what I mean? It's a fucking donut. It's not like it's a fucking. Ben, I'm in the sun, bruh. I get my vitamin D3 from the sun. I also take a multivitamin. I also take an algae omega-3 supplement as well. I'm ahead of you, nigga. Tell me something I don't know. Bruh, we're right. Just accept it. Fuck all y'all. You ain't right. Bro's insulin spiked. More caffeine, less food, all problem gone. More caffeine, less food, all problem gone. Go nuts with the donuts. Dude, you guys don't even agree on your advice. All y'all are saying different things. Who am I supposed to listen to here? Look up the nutritional label of that donut? I don't want to. That's the thing you don't do. I ain't doing that shit. Fuck that. You want me to fucking kill myself? What's your GPU, bro? What is that? What is that, Hoffman Pack? What is the GPU? I don't know. Is that like GPA? Spike your fucking cortisol by watching corn. Tell you what, the corn always makes me feel better. At least temporarily. It really does, man. It just makes me feel good. You need to eat some bone marrow. All right, so we need to eat some bone marrow. I need to watch some corn. I need to look up the nutritional label of the donut. I need to have more caffeine, less food, all problems gone. Stay live for at least 2 more hours, dog. Why? You have a bet going? You betting something on Kalshi or something? Marshall, what you gonna do when one day you're on stream and the rapture happens? I mean, I don't know. I don't even have an answer, dude. My brain just does not work right now. You're asking a husk of a person. Hope you realize that. It's literally like my brain just like shuts off, bro. It's just like done. Like it doesn't care that I'm live streaming. It's just like, no, done. It's over. The rapture. The rapture. The rapture. Yo, Marshall, how would you deal with reactants when you actually want to do the thing? Doesn't make sense. That sentence. Try again. Reactants isn't a word. We'll fight you wild, girl. You are fucking wild. You're out of your mind. I asked you where you lived. You won't say, though. You gonna have a life this summer? I mean, isn't that what I'm doing? Isn't that what I'm living right now is a life? Is this not a life? I'm breathing, aren't I? Depends what you mean by life. Just having a shit day, you'll feel different tomorrow. It wasn't the donut. Yeah, but like, I don't understand why people have shit days, though. Especially since, like, there's nothing stressful in my life going on right now. There's nothing to be having a shit day about. You know what I mean? And then just all of a sudden, I feel like absolute fucking dog shit. I feel angry. I feel like, for no reason. Like it's a beautiful day outside. I'm gonna be playing tennis later. I'm on a live stream right here, and I just had a donut. It was like really good, and like, I had a good morning, and like everything was good. I had lighting set up, and then just all of a sudden, like it's just like you're just empty inside. You just like you're angry, you're empty, you're just like you have this, you're sick, down with the sickness. There's just this rot. It's like I guess my title really was just like a perfect title, a Tuesday of Rot. I mean, this is just. It just goes to show, like, like your body, like your mind, does not give a fuck what you want, like what your plans are, bro. You know, it just don't care. If it's even my body, if this is even my body, it might be, this might be some shit. Like maybe this is some shit from the other side, like another realm or something. Like this is my soul part of me just being like, nope, calling a wrap on everything. It's like I have plans, you know what I mean? I have plans. I wanted to like have a good morning and like, have a good live stream and then, go play tennis. And then it's just like, nope, nope. But it's all good though. Nope, nope, nope. It is all good. Like it's all good. There's nothing to worry about. Nope, nope. Rot, rot, anger, apathy, more. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. It's like there's nothing wrong, but and yet my mind is like it's just fucking cooked. Mm. He won't do anything. He'll just sit there and not be raptured. Facts. Absolutely right. Get some fresh air, bro. Oh my god. Do you guys think I'm actually retarded? You don't think I've ever thought about fresh air? Like, holy shit. It's like level 1 advice. This is like level 0 advice. Get some vitamin D, get some fresh air, bro. Holy fuck. Reactance is a word? Okay. Let's look this up. Okay, yeah, sure. Who fucking said this? BLY? Okay. So were you talking about the non-resistive component of impedance in an AC circuit arising from the effect of inductance or capacitance or both and causing the current to be out of phase with the electromotive force causing it? Is that what you were fucking talking about? What did you fucking say? Yo, Marshall, how would you deal with reactance when you actually want to do the thing? I mean, a sentence that just doesn't make sense. And then you say reactance is a word. This looks to be the only meaning of reactance right here. There is no other like definitions. So are you talking about physics? Psychological reactance? You're just making shit up, bro. Oh my god. Psychological reactance is an unpleasant motivational state triggered when people perceive their freedom to think, act, or choose is threatened, often leading them to resist or do the opposite of what is imposed. Well, I don't think I have freedom to think, act, or choose, so it assumes that I think that I have freedom to think, act, and choose, which I don't. So And you said you're a 7 out of 10 on mental health, yeah. I was fucking wrong about that, wasn't I? Borderline personality disorder. You guys think so? Apathy is cover for fear. Ah, so I'm very scared. Am I scared of people? And I'm borderline personality disorder as well. What else? What else am I? Is it the donuts? Wolfite says your gut is your second brain. Put donuts in it, it'll get pissed. All right, so is it the donuts? Or is I'm just very fearful, so my apathy is a cover for fear? Or do I have borderline personality disorder? That's what Library Cop says. What is it? What else? I didn't say that. Library Cop, literally scroll up. What the hell? It's like right there. You said borderline personality disorder. You are not borderline, bro. You have a narcissistic style, but you don't have the real deal narc personality disorder. He's just a manic depressive. Okay. I'm a manic depressive? How was your relationship with your mother? Terrible. Is that why? He's not a narc or depressed. His third eye is opened, but no purpose. Wow. Got a lot of theories here. You need a group of guys. Ah, okay. Need a group of guys now. Wolf White, you really do think the best of me. That's fucking wild. You sure you're okay? Wolf White, are you on drugs? Why do you think so highly of me? I'm just a fucking, just a nigga. I'm just an average Joe. Mm. Would you cut off an inch of your hairline for $200? No. You live in the trailer park, Marshall? Yeah. Is there no sun where you live? Yeah, there's no sun. Bro, you are white. I'm from India. Depression is on a different level here. Oh, yeah, true. I forgot about that. I'm white. I shouldn't be depressed. Because Indians are like what? I guess you guys are like justifiably depressed. You guys like you guys have depression like on lock, I guess. Like you guys are the depressed kings. Yeah, I forgot. Ghost House Pictures says the army needs me. That it does, my boy, that it does. Join the army immediately. Library cop says, "Dude, what's really wrong? Do I miss it? Do you miss Isaiah Paris?" Yeah. Would you like to be a vampire and live forever? Yes. Does your trailer have wheels? Yes. Did you perhaps consult the spirit of a Junus? Uh, I was going to do that tonight. Der Steppenwolf says there is no one here more depressed than me. Does anybody here think they're more depressed than Der Steppenwolf? If you think so, you guys have to have a depress off. have to pee.